October 23rd is such a long time to wait from March. But I decided to remain patient because there's nothing else I can do, to be honest. AMC is adamant about keeping this premiere at the 23rd, so gotta do what you gotta do. And hey, I'm not too angry about it because it falls on my birthday weekend, so happy birthday to me. My birthday's the 21st. But anyway, let's get down to my take on that clip called The Right Hand Man. Alright. Number one, when you initially watch the clip, you hear those voices crying and whimpering. In order to figure out who the voices belong to, you're going to have to watch that scene over and over and over again. But off the top of my head, I remember hearing Maggie, Sasha, Michonne, Rosita, and Aaron. The other voices I couldn't pick out. And I was like, once I heard those few or made out those few, I was like, the heck with it. It's clear who died. Okay. Number two, Negan is adamant about emphasizing the word man. He says to Rick, and I'm more than likely paraphrasing, something along the lines of losing your right-hand man, and he calls this dude Simon his right-hand man. Now, a lot of people will say, well, you know what? Michonne is one of his right-hand men. Michonne is a woman. I know that man is interchangeable with mankind, but Michonne is a woman and Michonne is Rick's girlfriend. And to be completely honest, if Negan had killed Michonne, there would be at least one little chunk of dreadlocks stuck in one of those barbs. And some of that hair would be bloody with chunks of skin within that pile of brain matter. Also, you have to think about the fact that Negan doesn't know anything about Rick and Michonne being together. Yet. That's the only spoiler you're getting out of me. Yet. Okay, number three. Yes, Negan killed Holly. Robert Kirkman made it clear that Negan killed Holly, but he didn't give us any more details. He made this revelation via the Q&A section of one of the comic books, whereas a fan asked this and he was like, yeah, Negan killed Holly, but didn't go into how or why. Well, we know why, but how? Like, did he stab her? Did he shoot her? And even when you read the comic books, you still can't tell how she died because Holly gets the hood pulled off her head and she is zombified. Okay, that's a spoiler from the comics. I apologize. The second woman that Negan kills is, and this is a spoiler from the comics, it's Alpha. But Miss Thang deserved it. And when you read the comic books, you'll see why she deserved it, to be honest. Those are the only two women that we know of that he killed. We did not see him kill Holly. You definitely see him kill Alpha. Does that mean that Negan has never killed a woman before? No. But you have to consider the fact that in the comic books, Negan does not kill any of those women that are present. Yes, there's a difference between the TV show and the comics. But he doesn't kill any of those women. And according to the powers that be at Walking Dead, the show is going to follow the comic books a lot more. So, given that fact and the fact of the voices crying, the women are all cut out. So that leaves us with Daryl, Glenn, Abraham, Rick, Carl, Aaron, and Eugene. Okay. Obviously, Rick's not dead because we see Rick. Carl's right next to him, and Negan seemed intrigued with Carl, so I don't think he's going to kill Carl. And plus, Carl is a kid, and some people were saying, well, you know, Negan killed that 16-year-old boy. 16 is different than Carl being, I believe Carl's like 13, 14, 16 in some cultures is considered a man. Plus, there's this whole idea that maybe Negan didn't know that that kid was 16. Maybe he looked older. I'm not trying to make excuses for Negan. I'm just saying maybe he did. As far as Aaron is concerned, I heard his voice. Eugene, I think Negan would rather kill someone who would mean a lot to Rick. That is not to say that Eugene doesn't mean a lot to Rick, but Glenn's death would really tear Rick apart. It definitely would. There's the issue of Abraham, because there's this rumor going around that Abraham possibly dies. I mean, we're not going to find out what happens with that until the 23rd. I don't know. But there's the issue of Daryl. I mean, Daryl's death would definitely hurt Rick, because Rick's right-hand men is Glenn and Daryl. So one of their deaths would hurt him. Then there's the whole blanket lying on the ground near the brain matter. However, there's a little teeny trinket nestled in that mush that takes Daryl out of the picture. So it's got to be Glenn, because that trinket either resembles a pocket watch or a ring. And only one person has in possession or is in possession of a pocket watch and or a ring. Well, possibly both. And that's Glenn. Glenn's death would definitely change things for the group. Watching Glenn die or watching any of them die would be traumatic, but watching Glenn die would be the worst. Then there is the issue of Maggie's storyline in the comic books coming to life on the TV show if the writers decide to go down that route, which it seems like they possibly are. Then there is the issue of Maggie either giving birth or possibly having a miscarriage because all this happens. I mean, in the comic book she gave birth, but you never know. So my pick for the person that died is Glenn. All I know is that whoever it is that died, it's definitely going to upset the crap out of me either way. But if Glenn dies, I will be a blubbering, crying mess. And I know one guy who's just like, I don't care if Glenn dies, whatever, F him. And then I know more people who are just like, let Daryl die. Daryl shouldn't be alive, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. And on a side note, the whole Daryl situation, if you saw that clip that was aired at the end of that special Talking Dead episode that aired a couple weeks back, all that you need to know is that the vest, the motorcycle, and the crossbow belong to Dwight in the comic book. So seeing him in that clip on the motorcycle wearing the vest with the angel wings completely blew me away, because I'm just like, Dwight is officially canon, officially. He became slightly canon when his face was burnt or shown burnt. But now that he has his stuff from the comics, he's canon. But that also means time might be up for Daryl. But that's about it, guys. I'm Sage Valentine, and I just wanted to do this video. I am suffering from my allergies. Right now, they're staying calm, so I was like, let me do this. Let me get this done. I love you all. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your theory is. Leave it in the comment box below. In regards to Big Brother Over the Top, Survivor, and Scream Queens, I am more than likely going to end up only reviewing 2 of those. But if I decide to do all 3, I'm going to do the most recent episodes and go on from there. But I will let you know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys. And yes, I will be reviewing Season 7 of AMC's The Walking Dead. Bye, guys. Love you all. Bye.